So 35% of 2400 is 35 over 100 times 2400. So you know what to do whenever you have something like this. You can begin to strike out the zeros. Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
A zero strikes out a zero here. Another zero strikes out another zero here. And what do you have left?
35 over 1 times 24.
1 is nothing, it's simply 35 times 24. Then you can say over 1 later. 35 times 24. So let's do 35 times 24 and see what it gives us. 35 times 24. What did you get?
I got 840.
4 times 5 is 20. That's 0. Carry 2. 4 times 3 is 12. Plus 2 is 14.
14.
Then, oh, there's not enough space. I think I need to reduce this. Let me reduce this, it's too big. 4 times 5 is 20, carry 0. 0 carry 2, 4 times 3 is 12 plus the 2, 14. Then 2 times 5 is 10.
10, 0, 1.
Carry 1, 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1, 7.
7.
So 840.
Got it.
It's actually 840. Is that what you got in your book?
That's what I calculated 35 times 24. 840.
Oh, okay, 840. Alright. Can we just see the answer is 840? Alright. Next, on the next page, let me zoom it in. It says 8 squared plus 5 raised to the power 3. I think you got this one. Because 8 squared means 8 times 8. Whenever you see squared, it means times itself, isn't it? So it's like saying 8 times 8. Before we add 5 times 5 times 5. That's what it means. And this one, you got it. 5 times 5 times 5 will give you 125. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
That's this one. Then 8 times 8 will give you 64. So we got that one too. 64. And then you add it up, you got 189. That's correct. Because now this plus this, or 125 plus 64. Alright, next, 1200 divided by 12. This is division. You were adding.
No, I knew what we're doing. I did 110 times 12.
Oh,
and
okay.
it got me to 120. Then I knew 1001, 1001.
Okay. But let me show you how to do that using the long division I taught you guys. You know, remember I taught you long division stuff. Let me zoom it in properly so that we can have enough space to do it. The question is 1320 divided by 25. So let me write it here. 1300. Okay, 13,200. 13,200. Okay, so 12 that is dividing it will be outside. Then you do this, and then you put 13,200. There are many ways to do this. I don't know if you know about this method, but let me still show it. Are you ready for that?
Yes, sir.
That's long division. You said you pick it bit by bit. If you check 1, if 1 is smaller than 12, you pick it together with the second number. So 1 is smaller than 12, so we can't use 1. We pick it together with the second number. That's 13, isn't it?
Also,
13 divided by 12 will give us 1, isn't it?
also,
So what do we do after we've written the 1?
remember 1,
But we, need,
22,
but we need to say 1 times 12.
1 times 12 is 12.
12. What do you do after that?
Oh, I know this method. Subtract to 1.
Okay, you remember this method now.
Yes, sir.
You subtract and then you have 13 minus 12, that's 1.
Then you bring down the 2.
Excellent, you bring down the 2. We're going to bring it down. You bring down the 2. No, let me draw it very well so it doesn't look like something else. We bring it down. Sorry, I missed something. It was originally 1. Then we bring down the 2. That's here. So you're going to say 12 divided by 12, or 12 divided by 12, is it not?
Yes, sir, it's 1.
That's 1 again. And then what do you say now?
12 times 1 is 12. Then subtract it.
We're going to say this 1 times the 12 is 12. Okay, so 12 we subtract. Another subtraction. And that gives us what?
0.
0.
And 12 in 0 is 0.
So you write 0.
And you bring down the 0.
0 times 12 is 0 if you like. And you subtract and then bring down the last 0. Okay, first of all, no, anytime you do this, you have to bring down stuff. Hold on, so that we don't make a mistake. Let me show you something. Starting from here. Starting from where we had 1 times 12, which is 12, and then we subtracted. That gives us 0. You know, you need to bring this one down. Bring the 0 down. And that is 0. So 12 divided by 0, 0 is 0 again. Is 1. Or 0 again. Then 0 times this is this. In fact, you just bring down the 2 zeros. You know, I could have written 0, 0 again and subtract. And then 0, I bring down the last 0.
12 in 0.
Pardon?
12 in 0 is 0.
Is 0. So the final answer is 1100, just like you got. So that's correct. You can use this method. I like the method you used. There's another one I also recommend, just in case anyone can be faster. You can use something like this: 13,200 all over 12. Did you see what I wrote?
Yes, sir.
You can start by saying 12 and you check 1. 1 is smaller, so you can't use 1. You pick the 2 of them together. 13 divided by 12, that gives us 1. You write the 1. Rule right there, 1. So let me rule a line here so that it won't cover that part. And then what I said was 13 divided by 12, that's 1. And remember 1, is it not?
Yes, sir.
That one that is remaining, put it close to the next number. So what do you do with it now?
Oh, you bring it to the 1, to the 2.
So it becomes what?
12.
12. Good. You write it together with the 2, it becomes 12. And then you now say 12 divided by 12, that gives you 1 again, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Nothing is remaining. Then all these zeros, you cross them out and write 2 zeros. So it's the same thing. So you see that you use this method or you use this method, you get the same answer. So this method or this method, anyone, or this method. Or use this method. Okay. All right. So that's cool. Next one, 823 times 29. I'm sure you got it. Do I need to check?
No.
823 times 29, I'm sure you got it. So let me just mark it for you. Because I know you did 9 times all these, first of all. After that, I think this is what you got for 9 times all that. Then you did 2 times all this, and this is what you got, and you arranged and added. Correct. Three over 7 divided by 2. The fraction one you did not do. We will look at it separately. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
We'll look at it separately under fraction.
Don't have a ruler yet.
Okay, some of them you will need to measure stuff. But let's look at this one and see what you needed to do here. Ingredients for cookies. To make 12 cookies, you need 125 grams of butter, 100 grams of sugar, 1 egg. You need 225 grams of self-raising flour. So George uses 375 grams of butter. How many grams of self-raising flour did he use? Let me see what you did. Let me zoom out very well and see what you did. Okay. Can you explain what you did here?
I did. I wanted to work out how many more grams of butter did George use, and use 250 more grams.
Okay. All right. So say George uses 375 grams of butter. How many grams of self-raising did he use? This is what we call simple proportion. You know, you just write stuff in a way that you can cross multiply and you get the answer. Or you check, for instance, 125 grams of butter, 125 grams of butter is used with 225 grams of self-raising flour. Let me show you what I mean. Look at this. $125 grams of butter is together with 225 grams of self-raising flour. $125 grams of butter with 225 grams of self-raising flour. Now it's asking what 375 will be. There are many ways to do this. You can ask yourself, how many 125 will fit into 375? I don't know if you understood what I said.
I understand it too.
Because if you add another 125, if you add another 125, what will you get?
250.
You have 250. If you add yet another 125,
370.
Yeah, you add another 125, you now get 375, which is what they need here. How many times did we do the adding? 1, 2. 1, 2. So, since 125 was used with 225, we need to add the 225 in 3 places too. So what I will do is clean this and also add it in 3 places to see what it will give. The first 225, I add another 225 plus 225. What will it give? 225 plus 225, that should be 450. I think you made a mistake while you were working, but I will correct it now.
Okay.
What else do you need to do now?
Huh?
I've added the first 225 and I got 450. That's 225 plus 225. I got 450.
Okay.
What else do I need to do?
450 minus 125.
Do you mean 450 plus?
Oh yes, plus
Plus what?
125.
No, it's not plus 125. Again? Okay. So I have to add it again. Plus 225, and that will now give, what will it give? 450 plus 225.
That is going to be 675.
675. Please, I want to be sure you understood how I did it.
Yes, sir.
First of all, the question given is 375. We know that 125 grams of butter will work with 225 grams of self-raising flour. We now want to know what 275 grams of butter will work with self-raising. How much of self-raising flour will be needed to work with 275 grams of butter? And I said, try and see how many times you have to add it to itself to get to 375, which is what we have given. So 125, add it to itself, you have 250. We added it to itself again, we got 375. Since we added it in 2 places, we're also going to add the 225 in 2 places. The first 225 will give us 450. The second 225 gives us now 765. So all I'm saying is this is 375 for butter. We require 675 self-raising flour. I hope that's clear.
Yes, sir.
So the correct answer is actually 675. It says how many cookies will we have?
I said I wrote 14.
You know why it can't be 14? Because 125 produced 12 cookies. Are you listening? So 375 will now produce how many cookies?
Two cookies.
Are you listening? No, think about it. This is bigger now. The first 125 produced 12 cookies. The second 125, another 12 cookies. The third 125, another 12 cookies.
Ah.
call it 12C. Another 12C. Altogether, this is the first 12C. Because it says all of these will make 12 cookies. So the first one makes 12 cookies. We added another one to the first 125 made 12 cookies. We added another 125, which is another 12 cookies. We added another 125, which is another 12 cookies. So altogether, how many cookies?
36 cookies.
But what I did, is it understood?
Yes, sir.
12 plus 12 plus 12.
That's 12. Simplified 12 times 3.
Yeah, 12 plus 12 plus 12. Or you simply say 12 times 3. And it should actually be 6. You need a ruler to measure this. So I will leave this. Let me look for this other one. Look at this. You didn't eventually draw this.
I did.
Oh, you did it in your book. You did it in your book?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's the one I said you can send to me. By the way, what are we asked to do?
Translate the 5 squares right
And 4 squares down. 5 squares to the right and 4 squares down. You know what that means?
Yes.
So usually I advise that whenever you're giving this kind of thing, you can add letters to the corners. You can make this one A, B, C, D. So for any corner you pick, you need to move it 5 to the right and 4 down. If you understood what I mean, let me do pick D, corner D, and I move it 5 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is now where it will be. The new position of D will now be here. What we call D prime. That will be the new position of D. Remember, it says 5 squares to the right and 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4 down, just to confirm. So this is the new position of D. You pick A and do the same thing. Do you agree? A is 5 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be the new position of A. So what we call A prime. This will now be A prime. Do the same thing for D or C. Anyone? Good. So let me just get the answer since you don't have it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where this one will be. This is C prime. And finally B. Let me just put it since you don't have it. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's for B. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. You will be here. Beautiful. That's all. This will be B prime. And then you simply join. Alright.
Is that it? Are we done?
Pardon?
Are we done?
Your class, right?
Yes, sir. Are we done?
Yes. Let's conclude. You've done well. So you see where it is now. You can take something like this in your answer.
Yeah.
Because
So I did So I did something wrong. So now I've changed it.
Okay, you made a mistake. But now you understand. You now understand what you're supposed to do. Let me see. Okay. So why did you make the? What was the reason for the mistake you made?
Instead of using all these sides, I just started from the letter A.
Okay. So you see, it is better to add letters to the sides to be easier for you to trace when you have letters to the sides. Okay. All right. I think this is basically all. I don't know what is on this side, but I think it is basically all. Okay. This one you didn't. This one you didn't. You can practice it later, right? Is that fine?
I've done it.
Okay. Just stop. Give me your answers. Let me confirm.
For the top right, I put 6.
Let me put 6 and 6. 6. Okay. Because it says multiple of 3, multiple of 5, but not a multiple of 5. Okay, and it must be a multiple of 6. Correct. Let's check again. What did you put here?
I put 20.
You put 20. Okay.
Yes.
It says it must not be a multiple of 3, but it has to be a multiple of 5. You get that? When you walk vertically, it has to be a multiple of 5. When you walk horizontally, it shouldn't be a multiple of 3. So this is correct. What did you put here?
I put 0.121605121227.
No, there's no 0 point, not a multiple of 3, not a multiple of 5.
It's 7 then.
Any number at all.
7.
But I'm talking right here.
Yeah, 7.
Like 0.1616. What do you mean by that?
I said 0.121605121227.
7 different numbers.
No, like only one number. Point.
Why did you use that?
Because it's not a multiple of 3. Not a multiple of 5.
Must you use a decimal? You could just write a number that is not a multiple of 3, not a multiple of 5. Something like 16 could have done the work. But now, let me see. I think there's an instruction they gave us. Please write one number in each box. Okay. You could use any number that is not a multiple of 5 when you walk vertically. 16 is not a multiple. Even 7, simple 7 could have done the work. Like number 7.
It can be 4. It can be lots of numbers. It can be 4, 7, 11, 18, 19, 17, 23, 29, 34. No, 30. No, 30. 37. And a lot more.
Okay. Anyway, you practice this. Later you will get all the answers and then. Or did you do this one? I said good.
I have the answers for this one.
Let me have your answer.
Okay, so for the small coin, for the 10p coin,
Each 10p coin is 7.5 grams.
I know I got 2.5 grams for the 10p coins.
7.5 grams, all of them. And for the small coins,
5 coins I got 11.25. 11.25.
it's half the mass of 7.5. If it is half of it, that would be 3.25.
0.75 grams.
0.75 grams. Now that should be correct. Okay.
Right. Right.